What is going on, everyone? Today we are going to be making some focaccia. Super simple bread that was just kind of fluffy. I think most people would have had focaccia before at some stage in their lives, but we're going to do it completely from scratch and we're going to make some at home here. So let's get started, shall we, with making this focaccia. Let's begin making the dough for the focaccias. So we're gonna get our ingredients. We've got salt, yeast, water. It's pretty simple really. But yeah, let's give it a go, shall we? So let's bring out everything we need. Okay, we have our ingredients. We've got flour, yeast, salt, extra virgin olive oil, and we just need a bit of water as well. Let's grab a nice big bowl and we are gonna measure out. So the recipe I'm going off, it is about 100 or 825 grams of bread flour and then another 150 of whole wheat flour. I don't have any of those things, so I'm just going to try it with plain flour, plain all-purpose flour. So we'll be doing 975 grams. And we'll see how this turns out, shall we? There we go, close enough. That's a lot of flour. Maybe I should have halved all the ratios. Okay, so that's so much. Okay, maybe no. Fuck it. We'll just go with the recipe and we'll just have a lot of focaccia. I'm sure as long as I don't fuck everything up, it should be fun, right? It'll be lots of bread, lots of focaccia, and tasty. All right. Next, we need 830 grams of water at about 37 degrees Celsius. Very specific amount. All right. Get out our scale again. And we have water that's at the required temperature. So now we just say 830 grams of this. All right. Now we add our yeast to this water mixture. 7 grams of yeast to be precise. Yeah, that's good enough. 8 grams in the middle. All right, we just add that to the water, I believe. And let's mix thoroughly. We'll just clear up everything because next stop is to mix this all in together. All right, now we have our flour and our yeast water, and now we mix it together until it's well incorporated. And this is going to take, so about 10, if you have a stand mixer, apparently about 10 minutes. I'm just going to mix until it's, well incorporated, I think. And it's going to be quite sticky. So yeah, just mix this until it's well incorporated, about 10 minutes. If you have a mixer, or if you're doing it by hand, I don't know. Until it's incorporated. And it can be a bit shaggy, it can be a bit sticky. That is okay, because it's a well hydrated dough. This is going to turn into. After it's been mixing for a little while, you want to add in 20 grams of salt, which I've pre-measured out. Okay, after you've mixed in the salt, just add in 30 grams of olive oil. There we go. And just mix that for another couple minutes. Get that all incorporated. Okay, once it's been mixing for a while and it's looking nice and incorporated like this. I don't know what the good camera angle is. It always moves. You're going to put this onto the work surface, which has been not floured. And this is going to be very sticky. And we're going to do a technique called slap and folds. If you've made bread before or baker, then you probably know about the slap and folds. This is my first attempt doing slap and folds. And it's exactly as the name implies. You slap it and you fold it. So, I'm going to grab to the side. Slap, and then so you got to go, when you slap it down, you got to pick it up by the fold side. Oh, maybe it's like that. This feels better. Yeah, I think this is the way you do it. Yeah. Slap it down, fold over, bring across, slap it down, fold over. This makes more sense, at least. So basically you're going to keep doing this until it kind of is a bit more smooth. I think we're getting there. think that's good. Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe a few more, I don't know. Alright, it's coming together nicely. Alright, I think that's not too bad. Now we need to put this into a... God. Maybe I should have prepared myself a little bit better. Alright, whatever, I'm gonna have to do more washing up than I anticipated. Alright. Yeah, I should have really pre-planned this. So we're gonna put some oil in there. Ugh. And a bit of extra virgin olive oil. And we are going to put it in this bowl. Ugh. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. And then we're just gonna put it in the fridge. And we're gonna leave it in the fridge for, I mean, the recipe says 48 to 72 hours, which is insane. I'm just gonna do it for 24. Cause I really can't be bothered waiting for a couple of days. I'm sure if you do it that way, it will be the best. But yeah, I'm just gonna chuck this in the fridge and let it rest there in the cold for 24 hours, and then we'll be ready for it to cook. And yeah, I gotta clean up all this mess because this is a messy procedure apparently. But yeah, see you in 24 hours or so. Okay, day 2, we've let it rest, so let's bring it out. So this is the dough after, what is it, 24 hours basically of resting. Whoa. It's expanded quite a bit and it's filled out the whole tub. Alright. So, we're actually going to be doing a second rest. So we have our pan here. Okay, so we have our pan here. We are just going to put in a smear of olive oil, kind of coat the bottom. Hopefully not make it not stick. Now, so it's kind of, you can kind of see it's kind of bubbled up a little bit, so that's pretty good. We are just going to gently put the dough. Right now we just kind of spread it out towards the sides, trying to keep it nice and even. It's very oily. Focaccia is quite oily from memory. Okay, there we have it kind of, yeah, pushed out to the side. Now we are just going to let it rest in room temperature for 3 hours before cooking. So lots of course, most breads, always a lot of proofing, resting and whatnot. But just put this on top, like that. Yeah, and then we just let it rest. Now the recipe did say to wrap it up in Glad wrap, but I really don't want to be using Glad wrap just to wrap it up. Trying to avoid the reusable plastics as much as, one-use plastics as much as possible. So I'm just going to let it rest with the baking sheet on top in room temperature. And yeah, we'll see you in 3 hours when it's time to cook this bad boy. So right before you want to cook as well, you want to preheat the oven to as hot as it goes, just as hot as it goes. Maybe like 20 minutes beforehand, before the 3 hours are up, I'll preheat the oven. And yeah, see you in 3 hours. Okay, it's been about, 3 hours or so, just over I think. And we've preheated the oven as high as it goes basically. Show you what our focaccia is doing. Oh yeah, a bit of bubbles going on. Very cool. All right. So from here you can just leave it as is. I'm going to just do a few dimples. Oh, maybe I won't do dimples. Maybe I'll just leave it as it is. It looks pretty cool. What we need now is to drizzle on some extra virgin olive oil, like so. And now all we need is some flaky salt. we shall see how this goes. I don't know, I kind of want to dimple it, but also doesn't seem like it's... We'll add some dimples. So there's some dimples and some bubbling going on. Very cool. So now we'll go ham with the salt. And you can add all sorts to this. You can add some tomatoes, is often a good one, and just seasonings. I don't know, you can go interesting with it for sure. But I want to keep it simple. Just some olive oil and salt. There we go, that should be enough. Now, we'll just let that cook for about 20-25 minutes until it gets a nice textured kind of browning on the top is what we want. So yeah, see you in that amount of time. Okay, it's been cooking for a little while now. So let's turn off the oven. Let's take this out. Ooh, there we have our focaccia, which we are just going to let cool down for a little while because that is hot. We've got some dimples, we have some bubbling up, it's got some nice browning. So hopefully it's all cooked. It was cooking for maybe 30 minutes, something like that. So it should be good. But yeah, I'll just let it cool down and then I'll transfer it to a wire rack. And then we can taste test. So next time we look at it, it'll be taste test. But yes, look at that focaccia. Look at that. Look at that. Very excited. Very exciting. Fresh bread is always the best. But yeah, I'll let it cool down for a little while and I'll see you when it's ready. But yeah, so there we have our focaccia. Look at that. Slice through. So I've got a few bits here. Taste. So yeah, focaccia. Let's give it a taste test, shall we? I mean, it's kind of just warm. It's bread, right? It's airy. It is quite airy, which I guess that's part of the overnight sitting. It might have been more airy if we left it in for another 24 hours. But that's really good. Got salty, got all the olive oil. Sort of olive oil. I reckon I could put more flaky salt on. I reckon I could put more salt on. But yeah, nothing really beats warm bread. And it's crunchy. Oh, I mean, homemade bread, fresh homemade bread, you can't beat it. Can't beat it. And this is really good. Really, really good. So, and it's actually quite simple to make. Like, apart from doing like the slap and folds and whatnot, most of the time it's just letting it rest overnight, bring it out, putting the rest for another 3 hours, and cooking. So there's actually not too much effort involved in actually making it, other than just letting it rest and whatnot. But yeah, there we have our focaccia, which is quite good. I have quite a bit of focaccia now, so I'm probably just going to be eating bread for dinner. But yeah, give it a go maybe. Man, that crunch. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. Like, subscribe. If you any ideas of what you want me to try, a recipe you want me to try out, then just comment down below. But yeah, peace.